Hey, this is Augie, Augie's Locker Room. When you come to the store, you're going to see things that you've probably never seen before unless you've been to a museum. Great items that go back to the Rockney era to the present. Website, augieslockerroom.com. Visit us here or the website.
10-1 Notre Dame takes on 3-8 Stanford. I don't think we ever forecasted this as a playoff elimination game for both, but we did not see the 3-8 Cardinal hosting the Irish here on their final regular season game, and it really is a reeling Stanford team.
Yeah, they lost to their real rival, their number one rival last week by 30, and we expect. I think Notre Dame's locked in. I think we've said this all week. They're dialed in offensively and defensively, especially defensively, not having given up a touchdown in 3 games. So, Notre Dame still obviously has a ton of at stake here and a shot at a playoff bid. But bottom line, finish off 11-1. I think Notre Dame's stoked and ready to do that today.
You're starting to look for ways for Stanford to score. Tanner McKee has had some good games. Yeah. He's a lot more accurate short. There's no real deep threat on Stanford, but they do have some high point abilities. You have 6'5" Ben Urasek, some 6'4" wide receivers. I think the challenge is getting down into scoring position where that one-on-one matchup they could win maybe against an Irish corner, but it's hard to rely on that all game long.
It is a good group with McKee throwing to his receivers. His tight ends very good. They have a 6'5" wide receiver, a 6'3" wide receiver. I think Michael Wilson's 6'2", and he's back from an injury. So that's their calling card here today. They're going to have to do it through the air because they're not going to run it very well. And with Notre Dame's defense playing the way they are, Tim, I just, I think the touchdown streak probably ends just because of the odds of that happening. But I think it's a big day for Notre Dame. Stanford's defense can't stop anybody. They're giving up 5.8 yards per carry. Look for a huge day from Kyron Williams and Logan Diggs at all.
And it's been 5 seasons since Stanford has run the ball with the success we've come to expect from Stanford. And not coincidentally, that's the last time they beat Notre Dame. And it was here to end the season. It's tough that they don't run the ball like they used to, though. They're 126th nationally 2 years in a row. It's just a struggling offense, and it's hard to imagine Notre Dame being vulnerable in this position because Notre Dame will run the ball very well against Stanford.
They will, and I think they can throw it too. And actually, if you look at the numbers, I think we talked about this during the week. You look at the numbers, and Stanford's 35th in passing defense, but that's simply because everybody can run on them at 5.8 yards per carry. So, as we've said many times this year, especially in the second half of the season, the playbook is wide open for Tommy Rees in the offense tonight.
And that playbook will probably include Michael Mayer. It's obviously famously snubbed from the Mackey Award finalists, but Stanford has been vulnerable this year. It's not just that Mayer was snubbed, it's that their linebackers are vulnerable in coverage as well. I think the corners actually, if there is a strength of the defense, it probably is the perimeter. So I would look for Kyron Williams, Michael Mayer, to get some work done inside, and I think that can open things up the rest of the time for the offense.
And when Tanner McKee has time to throw, he's effective. The problem is getting him enough time to throw, and against this Notre Dame defense with 38 sacks, one short of their all-time season high, I would imagine they'll get after him. Now, when they protect him, which is some of the time, they have a chance to move the football. But I would think Isaiah Foskey, Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, and then Notre Dame's interior defensive linemen have really been benefiting by the pressure that's been coming off the edge.
The last time we were here, Notre Dame was a 17.5-point favorite, and Stanford actually did take a lead into the locker room. Davis Mills got hot that day. They're at least a 21-point favorite as we woke up today. And I guess it would be a surprise, not if it's close at the half, but going into this latter portion of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think that wasn't a great Stanford team. That was a 4-8 Stanford team, but I still think that they had more going for them at that time. Thomas Booker, the defensive end, is still here. He's a good football player. Their linebackers just don't get clean shots at anybody because their defensive line is getting overwhelmed.
That's it for us. Pregame, we'll be back postgame from Stanford Stadium when number 6 Notre Dame takes on 3-8 Stanford.